Right, with the Alessandro is the Claus. Oh my God, I just said your name wrong. Alessandro Incalza, right?
Alessandro Incalza.
Gaza. I'm so sorry. A fellow Italian to another one. I deeply apologize. I've been mungie caked in my hometown of Niagara Falls, so I appreciate your patience with your name. So let's get let's get to the Dire Streets is your screenplay. It's a winning screenplay, crime mystery festival. Really interesting story because we don't really, or at least I don't know this, but I'm assuming the general population doesn't know this story. So give us a pitch. What's this screenplay about?
Well, to be honest, there is a part of true, hidden true in the stories,
Yeah.
and a part of imagination, you know? Well, it's based on some kind of voice that you were able to hear during the 40s, 50s years in New York about Edgar Hoover, the mind before the FBI, before and is one of the founder F FBI, you know?
Yeah. So basically, it's about like there's prisoners in the 1940s, just during World War II, including a famous mob boss. They were released from prison to defend the American against, you know, against the Nazis or go to war. And then what
Yes,
happened to them is that after the war, I guess they were assassinated by the government. Who knows? But they're never seen to be seen again. So they were used by the government to get for their own special
yes,
interests, and then soon as the war was over, they didn't need them anymore, right?
yes. It's hard to explain that that is just a log line, you know, and there are many things that happen beside the log line. But the most important things about this story is that everything you'll see, if they will ever make a movie about it, is real. You
Yeah,
know, it happened for real that they were forced to use prisoners because many of the male population, a big part of the male population was to the front fighting war, and they were for year forced to use prisoners. So I got this idea from a kind of dream that I made once, and I was asking myself if there is there would never be the chance to put together mobster and government chasing one good target, you know.
yeah. So where did you kind of come up? Where did you find out about this story originally? Like, when did you hear about this?
Well, I made few search in that period. It was not AI period, so I was able to explore if there the background of Edgar Hoover. And well, it happens to me to find out that he was homosexual. So in that period, I know that it was uh, how can I say interesting. You know, a man of power with homosexual problem. You know, in a society that was close, uh, and well, that was a flow of ideas, and well, I just want to make something to write a story telling about that generation. I mean, the lost generation, guys that were born at the start of the 19th century
Yeah.
and gave their life in the First World War, achieving rights for us, and then in the Second World War. Well, in human history, ninth centuries is the worst for what I can remember by the story. So I want to tell the story of the most powerful generation, in my personal opinion.
The most powerful?
Yes, one of the most powerful in the good and in the bad way, you know, because there were also Adolf Hitler, Benito Mussolini. Well, it was a troubled time, you know, First World, World War.
Yeah, people wanted world domination, I guess.
Yes, it happens like it's happening now for the AI. We knew we got a lot of knowledge for science, so they decided to use science to make new guns, new bomb, atomic bomb. They decide to put the sciences in these horrible sites of human nature. But thanks to this black period, we know how to choose for our best interest and for the interest of the planet and everybody else. Thanks to that generation, in my personal opinion, even if human story is like a cycles, no, cycles after cycle, we usually make always the same mistakes, you know.
Yeah, well, because we're narcissists by nature. We're
Yeah,
selfish by nature. Yeah,
and maybe there is also light inside us, and we have to make a choice, you know.
which is usually a
Nobody,
selfish choice. Yeah, I'm a pessimist. I apologize. But
no,
yeah, but basically what you said in your blog interview is that power is often manipulated by ruthless agendas.
yes, it happens. It's happening now. I don't mean to be politician now with politics, but well, it happens, and you have to understand that even the most powerful emperor or king can be attacked if, for example, you kill his son. No, you know,
Yeah,
uh, we are not God. We are human. Even when we are Elon Musk or Donald Trump, in your case, we are human. We feel, we suffer, and the power is such a construction, economical power, but we are human. And this story is about to tell that don't forget they are human. So
yeah,
it gives another point of view on the powers itself, on the
yeah.
power itself.
So where are you based? Are you in Italy?
Yes, South Italy, near Grottaglie,
Wow.
Taranto.
But you write your scripts in both languages, like in English and in Italian?
No, no, because since I was a teenager, I wanted to be one of the greatest screenwriter for the American industry. I was born in 1988, so Steven Spielberg, Michael Bay,
Yeah.
they were my, they are my gods. I don't know how to express my love. My favorite movie was Superman from 1978 with Christopher Reeve. And well, there is no this kind of movie in the Italian,
Yeah.
just drama and not so
Well,
good.
yeah. What about Roberto Benigni? Life is Beautiful. Johnny Scatino.
Okay, well, in my opinion, is a good story, but there is the problem that Auschwitz was not free by the Americans, but it was free by the Soviets, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, and I don't know why. If I ever meet Benigni, I will say, why did you change the final? Okay, you want to win the Oscar, you made it for this reason,
Yeah.
but I think that Schindler's List from Steven Spielberg is a lot more than Life is Beautiful.
Well, Life is Beautiful. They're two different stories, right? So Life is
Yeah, it's a
Beautiful,
different
yeah,
story.
it's a father-son love story, but basically, but at the same time, it's like that's an interesting time in Italy because my that's where my family's from, and they all left after World War II. They came to
Yeah,
America, Canada, and they're all messed up because one time they had Mussolini was their leader, and then all of a sudden they just switched in the middle of the war, and there's a little bit of a mind fuck, right? Like in terms of the mayor, like and so the
yeah.
Italians kind of dismiss themselves from talking about that time, right?
Yeah, but I am open. I can tell you that it was also a civil war. Italian were
Sure, of course,
fight.
there was a civil war in Germany, but facts are facts, right?
I think German was more on the side of of Hitler, more there was more unity.
Okay.
Italy, I'm not saying that everybody was bad in Germany, not at all, but Italy start to fight when Mussolini create La Repubblica di Salò, Salò's Republic,
Yeah.
and starts the Italian Civil War that nobody wants to tell about since many years. I think that the university starts to talk about this around the 70s or 80s years. It
Yeah.
was like a taboo in Italy. And well, we still now got a problem with fascism, but well, it's not a real problem. It's there are people that thinks that Mussolini was not at all a bad guy. I think he was a bad guy, but also you have to say he was a human. So I don't defend anyone else
No,
here.
but there's a lot of like right wing political organizations who got in power in the last 20 years in
Yes, yes,
Italy, right? So yeah.
yes. I think that the story is important to tell the story in the right way and underline every aspect and not just the Victorian side, you know.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So yeah, so well, okay, I guess what I was kind of kidding with the Roberto Benigni, but so basically, but he, how is the film industry in Italy? They're still making their own films, right? The Italian
Yes,
filmmakers.
yes. I am friends with the director Nicola Barnaba, and we are preparing to make a movie on mobster mafia, a movie that I wrote. And well, uh, it's hard to find um, your place because, as Giorgia Meloni, our president, told in an interview a few days ago, there are too much politician involved in the in Italian cinema. So if you want to tell another point of view, if you are not a leftist, well, there are a lot of chance you will never get the movie done. So now the government is reconsidering to reconsider the financial support to directors and artists. And well, I hope this is a good chance to finally overcome the problem of nepotism and well, I think that United States and American cinema is better than Italian because it is made in this way. If you make a good movie, you go on, you can do the next. In Italy, it's more like, okay, we got the money from government.
Yeah.
We make a movie not so good because they don't even care if the movie hit in the theater, you know?
Yeah.
They just make the movie, take the money. I have an example right from Giorgia Meloni. She told in an interview that they spend something like 400,000 euros to make a movie that made 2,000 euros in the cinema. So, well, there is a problem with Italian cinema, and I hope one day it will come back to be one of the greatest because we got Sergio Leone, Fellini, and many other directors, but it was long ago. Maybe Italian cinema is waiting for me. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Well, you're basically saying it needs to be more capitalistic, not
Yeah,
funneled.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe capitalism is not the perfect answer to everything, but
Sure.
at least it works. It
But
works.
it's putting the money where the mouth is. If the movie does well, then you do well, and then you can make more movies, right? So yeah.
And this must be the only story about creative cinema. You know, you are good in the theaters, fine, you go on. And in Italy, there's not this kind of meritocracy. How,
Yeah.
you know, can I say?
Gotcha. So you write in English, you've written lots of scripts and you're do you also like is that what you're thinking you talked about Spielberg and Michael Mann, but your screenwriting's your thing, your passion?
Yes, I just want to be the best screenwriter of this century, you know.
The best
And
screenwriter.
yeah, and well, I write many kind of movies, and well, I got maybe 6 or 7 screenplay ready to go in every uh, shows. And no, sorry. Well, I got a lot of work done.
Yeah.
Just
You've been proficient. You've been doing a lot of stuff.
yes. Also, I study Black Hat. All the books on screenwriting, and if there is something that I can say that you can improve yourself, just reading what they've done before you, what they
Yeah.
made. Yeah, it's all in the book. You just have to read and don't be the kind of person who thinks, no, I'm the greatest writer ever. So not like me, You have to improve yourself, studying the other style. And well, I remember the first screenplay I read, it was from James Cameron, Titanic. It was many years ago. I decided to wrote my first screenplay, and well, I thought it was easy. Oh, it was easy. Yeah, I can do it. I can do it now. To achieve that point, to achieve the James Cameron point, you have to at least write for 10 years. Write and study. Write and study.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. So it's like writing and rewriting, right? So
Yeah, yeah. Most important, rewriting. Don't ever think the page is good in that way.
yeah. And so basically, you're working on something right now? You're working on a new script right now?
Well, I won another contest on Film Freeway by Interdependent Studio. I won, and they are make a movie from my screenplay, Wheels of Rebellion.
Okay.
And I'm trying to and this day I'm working to write another movie, and I hope to win something big like the page or script pipeline, something that it's can bring you to the attention of the main network.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, I wish you the best of luck with everything. Like I said, before we leave you, you did mention that Superman is the film that
Yeah.
you watched the most times of your life. Did you watch it on like television? Like, how did you get affected by Superman 1978?
Well, I was born in 1988.
Yeah, like a decade later. Yeah.
So 10 years later, and well, my father was the one who made me love the cinema. Well, it was uh, in television the first time, not public television, from Silvio Berlusconi. Well, and what what when you are a 10 years old kid and you're watching Superman flying on a screen, well, I don't think there are words to explain what 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 you feel in that way. Also, there is the story of Superman made by Teddy Siegel and Joe Shuster. I don't remember how to pronounce them, but I know their story, they struggle. I know that Superman came from Primo Carnera, Italian boxer.
Yeah.
Well, there is a lot inside the word Superman, and there is a lot more inside the word Superman. So I don't think I will ever be able to pass a log line from Superman, wrote by Mario Puzo. I don't know if you remember it. It was the writer of
Godfather.
Godfather. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you are an expert after all.
Yeah, yeah. But he was like a co-writer of the Superman movies after, yeah. Yeah. Marvel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to be like him, with some kind of Richard Donner trying to figure out how improve cinema storytelling, because right now I don't think they are going well. This is the period of a remake. Well,
Yeah.
where is beyond fantasy? I was born in a fantasy world. They made great movie. Now we have this the chance to make it great with the visual effects, and we are making Marvel movies after movie. But
Yeah.
they forgot about the people. They forgot about who is watching the movie.
Yeah. Well, there's movies are all about ebbs and flows, right? So, because the movie industry changed by the time your generation started watching movies in the 90s, right? So everything kind of changed from 20 years before. So they all go through ebbs and flows, right? So,
Yeah, maybe Netflix was good for making to share TV shows, But I think the cinema must be something else. Well, it's cinema is something that okay, we put a lot of people inside this giant room, and I want to show them what I really think. So, okay, I'm telling you a story of Godfather, Superman, but there is also something that I want to tell you because I'm an artist, I'm a creative, and the world got this problem, and we can improve this. Well, I think artist, cinema got a good
yeah,
got a good position in our society, and they are lost this kind of power. You know?
gotcha. Well, I wish you the best of luck with this script. It's fantastic and really great idea.
Thank you.
And you seem like you're pretty proficient and go like did you ever consider moving to North America or Los
Well,
Angeles?
for sure, one day, for sure, because United States are in my heart.
You
No,
been there? You been
no,
to the
never,
States?
never been before. Because I'm waiting the right moment when the Americans say, you can come here, you're welcome, you are a good writer.
Yeah,
Come
today's
have
not
a
this is
for
not the
you.
best time to to
Yeah, I know, I know, I
immigrate to the
know.
States. Yeah.
I know it's not the best time, but well, I try to do my best in
Yeah.
that.
Maybe Canada. Go to Canada, right? So they make a lot of movies in Canada. So
Yeah, I know, but there is also South Park who say blame Canada.
the what?
You know the song Blame Canada?
From South Park? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, you're
yes.
going way back, man. That's a 26-year-old reference there. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
No, I'm
I'm
totally
getting
kidding. I'm
old.
totally kidding with you. Yeah. All
I'm
right.
getting old.
Yeah, yeah, we all are. All right, man. Congratulations, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. See
Bye.
you next time.